present us. Okay. Hi. Hi, teacher, and whoever sees
watch
this
this
video. Hi. I'm Micaela. She's Cindy, and she's Melissa. And we're gonna talk about the 10th and 11th chapter of The Giver. So, well, what do you guys think about them?
Well, it was a little bit stressing. I don't know. In my opinion, it was stressing. Like you need to continue and you need to know the things, but you need to stay clearly in that chapter because if you go to another and you don't understand that, you will ruin all the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
I really like. I think it's really interesting because until chapter 10, well, chapter 9, 8, that before we Lucas got the assignment of the receiver of memories, we got used to like a certain way of how they live their lives. Like, you always have cameras and you don't have like your doors doesn't have locks and stuff like that. And then you can see like when Jonas gets to meet the giver and starts to working with all that, you can see like how things that we get are normal, like privacy and doors with locks and all of that. It's something that is not common for him, and he's scared, like, because when he noticed like the door has a lock, he got scared, like, why does it has a lock? No other door in the community has a lock. Why that one? And then when the giver like turns off the speaker, he's like, you can turn off the speaker? That is not something that you can do. And like you get to see like, yeah, there's some aspects of this society that resembles ours, but in that moment I think that you get to see like this is not our society.
And do you think it's like the evolution of a butterfly? Like he is growing.
Yeah.
He's right now discovering all the new things the world has to offer. Like he's discovering, in this case, the snow.
Yeah. Like
and how his feelings affect him as a human being, and how the perspective that he has is a change.
Yeah.
And mostly that no two persons can have that memory. It's only one. The giver pass it to him, and the giver loves it. So it's a little bit like strange.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like. This is my second time reading the book, and I still like. Yeah, I'm still like having doubts about how exactly like the dynamics of the giver and the receiver works, because like, okay, you have this one person that has all the other memories.
It's a bit strange, like unusual.
Yeah, and he has like billions of memories, like with the snow and with sleighs and with hills, and then he decides on one memory and he passes it to the receiver, and then he lost it. It's like,
maybe it's not like 1 billion memories, but how actually the world is, you know?
oh yeah,
Like today we don't consider how much memory do we have. Like how do we know everything, the objects, the persons, and everything.
yeah. Not only that, like through our memories we have like a common sense about how things work, and we know like well, maybe we know that on the day we need to do certain things, and on the night we need to do other things, and that's a common thing. And we know like,
But Jonas doesn't have that.
yeah, he's missing that common things that we don't have to explain them, because we do them every day.
Yeah.
Like it is totally normal for us. And also the thing that is buzzing me with the memories is like okay, so now we know like there's no hills, there's no climate. It's just like,
How can they live?
yeah, and not only that, like, how is the water? O sea, you're telling me like,
How they explain it mostly to
Yeah.
the population, because if they doesn't know that, how you can explain that the sun is there?
no, and you know, like by the memories, he doesn't know what sunlight, like the thing,
Basic things we
yeah, the
see.
thing that we are exposed to since the day that we were born. And so if they don't have sunlight, it's like the sky is just a one color
Plain color.
and no clouds.
Can be.
I don't know, it's like really weird. And then
It has a
In
sense
there.
of a technological sky. You know,
Yeah.
like everything it's
Yes.
mechanism.
Yes, but the question is, if there is no clouds, how you can produce the rain to create water?
yeah, and not only that, it got me thinking like, well, what kind of trees they have.
Yeah.
Because I think like he mentions like just trees and grass, but you start to thinking like, well, how is the ecosystem? Like, how does it work? Because there's a lot of plants that need like sunshine, and some just need shade, and then you get like, okay, do they have plants? Do they know what a flower is?
Well, maybe they have a second choice instead of using the sun. Like maybe they have a better option instead of.
Yeah, I was thinking like, well, maybe they have a greenhouse, like with artificial lights and all of that, and they plant in there. But then, well, what do they plant?
Yeah. If they don't
Because
have-
we can think like, okay, they maybe plant the basic fruits and vegetables, but what about flowers and other species? And then what happens to all the about the food chain? It's just like
confusing.
it's not only confusing. It's like little things
that change.
that affects a whole when you start to thinking like very deep.
Yeah.
And something as common and as simple as sunlight.
And so this is what we learned about chapters 10 and 11. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
And this is what we think. I hope you enjoy our English.
Subscribe.
Not a YouTube
Put a
channel.
like.